Hi everybody, Matt here. Today I'd like to cover 3 ideas I have of how you can send better email even though you have little or even no data about your customer. So why would you have little or no data? It may be that you're struggling to actually collect relevant data about your customers and put it into a system that you can use, or it could be that you have a new subscriber and therefore you have no data about them, or you've only just started emailing them. So I have 3 main ideas that I'm going to cover. Idea 1 is context to open. So this is where you can actually detect something about your customer at the moment the email is being opened, and you can use this to then show relevant content based on that level of context. But what's great about that is it happens at that exact moment, so if their context does change, it's still updating and being relevant to them. So the main context that you can detect are the actual time that someone opens the email. So you might want to show different content if they open at 9 AM on a Thursday versus 6 PM on a Saturday. So that's a great way of increasing the amount of relevant content. You can also detect location at the time of open, change content based on the city or the country they're opening. From that, you can also detect weather. So you might want to change the content if it's sunny versus if it's raining when they open the email. And then finally on context, which actually ties into timing as well, is being able to go into Instagram and Twitter and bring in the latest content from there into a message. So those examples of context, you don't need to know anything about your customer because it's detected at that time of open. So, second idea is using click data. So click data is where in an email someone has clicked, whether it's a certain category or a certain brand or a certain story. You can use that data to then show relevant content to them when they receive an email from you in the future. So that's again a really great way of collecting information about your customer when you don't necessarily have data about them. And then the third idea is using something that's known as progressive profiling. And this is where you can ask someone, normally a question in an email, of what they are interested in, what their favourite is, what their preference might be. So if you're a travel brand, for example, you could ask them what kind of holiday they like to go on, whether it be beach, ski, city, or family. When they click on that, you can then use that information to then send relevant holidays, relevant hotels, relevant deals to them in the future in the email you do as a follow-up. Really great way of collecting some information and using data after you've collected it when you have little or no data about someone to start with. Great, so there's 3 ideas you can implement sooner rather than later to show really great content and to send really great email when you don't necessarily have data about someone. Thanks.